We're in Stokesey, a little place outside of CRAVEN Arms. We're at the St John the Baptist Church. That was actually built in 1150 AD, but it had a significant restoration in the 17th century, in 1654 in particular. It's connected to my 25th great-grandfather, Earl Gospatrick Mac Maldred. Now, he was born in 1042, so he was born in Northumbria, but he certainly was very much involved in the Stokesey area at the time. A few nice little things here. It's obviously open to everybody, and there's a lot of people circulating outside for Stokesey Castle at the moment. But you've got the wonderful remembrance stone here. I don't know how much you can see of that, but you've got the flower to the top left, you've got the lilies there, which is quite interesting. What I particularly liked, excuse my voice on this as always, is the cross there. And I don't know how much you can see of the cross. But the Alpha to Omega is quite interesting how it's encompassed within both. It's quite nice with the symbol. Don't normally see that. So, just coming along here, what's quite interesting is I like the symbology that they've used on this particular stone, especially the circle within a circle and the lines of the crosses of the beams. So that's quite interesting as well. So excuse my voice, you'll have to bear with it today. Just down here you've got the wonderful, it's a lovely church. It's only getting a lot of visitors today, so I don't know how much video we can get of this, to be fair. You've got Michael and Gabriel, which is, again, you don't always see it in the churches round in the, what I call Middle England. Northern sides seem to, the older style buildings seem to have Michael and Gabriel on there. As we know, Michael and Gabriel are actually technically half-brothers. So in the scheme of the stories, whichever story you choose to follow or believe in, it always pretty much leaves you with Michael and Gabriel as half-brothers, really. From the same mother, obviously different fathers in the sense. So very interesting. We've got as my learned friend Janice mentioned earlier on, you've got Michael standing on almost on the little rock there, with the ocean waves almost looking like serpents coming out onto the little rock there. What's interesting is behind, because the picture that's shown there is very different in timeline to what's behind. If you can see the difference between the two, the buildings at the behind are at least another 800 years in the future at that time frame from where his armoury and his shield is being worn. So it's a play on time there as well, which is quite interesting. For Gabriel, you've got the usual, you've got the lilies there, we can see that. Nice, interesting look at the hand and gestures there. Dove of peace, I'd always pretty much see, really. He's got blue wings. Now that's interesting, that Gabriel's got blue wings, but Michael's got red wings. So if you remember from other churches that we've filmed and catalogued in the past, you don't always see the wings in red. Only they're modern windows, so it's already been replaced, but it's still quite pleasant in the sense. It's got the usual there. I would imagine that's some sort of depiction of Joseph there with the gold bags and things, I would have thought. We've got, there's so much in there to detail, really. The star beaming down. Again, we've always got the doves. We've got the two doves there today. If we look up there at the top. We've got the acacia leaf. If we look to the top right, upper right quadrant, we've got the acacia in there as well. Quite significant. But the feet are not in the usual positionings. We normally see the position of the feet in these artistry works and the position of a tail. So almost, dare I use a term on a Masonic level, but almost in the sense of the L shape, which is often seen in the artistry work in the churches. But on this particular one, a more modern approach is to showing the feet flat, straight coming out. I like the fact the crown's depicted there as well. I don't know how much you can see of that. If you really look closely, you can see the gold crown in the bottom there of the actual garment that he's wearing. So yeah, very good, very good. So St John the Baptist Church in Stokesey.